Good morning. So I'm gonna try something totally new this morning. Also, Sammy says good morning. So if you follow me on Instagram, one, you get doses of this daily. And two, you probably know that I like to stay in bed for an extensive period of time after I wake up. And it took me years to not feel guilty about that, or to allow myself to do it firstly, and to not feel guilty about it. Because, you know, we have so many ways does this show up, micro and macro level, of our internalized narrative of what it means to be a productive person in a capitalist society. And if we're not being productive, right, like that's the term by which we define our self-worth. Like everything becomes this utilitarian, you know, like a contribution back to the system, even if that's not, well, and it's rarely that we have that level of awareness while we're actually practicing those things. But once we do, then we start to realize that so much of our actions and our beliefs and all these things are governed by our investment, and not even investment in that system, just by nature, born into, and here are the beliefs with all of that toxicity governing our insides and outsides. So, I allowed myself to do what felt natural to me, which was stay in bed for a long time after I woke up. And the first thing I do is, it's like a dreamscape meditation, because you're just coming out of like the most access to your subconscious, right? You're sleeping, is direct access into your subconscious. And so then if you pair that with a meditation, and I know most people will probably, I don't know, like I know that there is absolutely benefit to posture during meditation. But also, I just lie in bed. I don't move. I don't want to disrupt this chain. Like if I get up, because it's, I mean, that's what it is. Like the second I get up for me, it's like now I'm doing things, now I'm I'm in a different state. So I just stay lying down and I meditate right there. And it's frequently very different kinds of meditations I have than when I am, you know, in the middle of the day or at the end of the day when I am in posture and I might be at my altar or something like that. It's more dreamscapey. It's honestly, it's more Pisces. So that is the first thing I do, and I could do that for anywhere from 5 minutes to 25 minutes. I just stay there until my higher self, body, subconscious, you know, whatever it is, the impulse inside of me says to move. So I did that, and now I'm going to do a little video. I'm doing it at this very moment. I'm going to try a new thing. Immediately after I meditate, you know, I was watching this great video on Instagram yesterday, and this woman was kind of giving advice for grounding techniques in the morning. And she said that after she meditates, the first thing that she does is write down an intention. And I love that. And sometimes I can be like really like anti-routine or anti-things like that for the sake of it. It's like we don't need to get into all of my astrology right now in this applied way, but sometimes I either struggle with that or I just like, I intentionally like don't want to do it. I might think about what I'm doing throughout the day, but really it's this like, where it comes from is I recently have been working so hard on just like step by step. It's good to plan, but then let it go. Step by step. And I feel like if I start, but there's a difference between setting an intention for your day and planning out your day, you know, step by step. And that's what I used to do, is I used to be there and like, okay, from 8 to 8:30, I am going to do this, and then I am going to work out for 17 minutes, and then I'm going to eat breakfast, and then I am going to go to work, and I'm going to do this activity first, and then I'm going to do this paperwork, and then I'm going to do this paperwork. speaking of Virgo rising, right? But a lot of us do that regardless. And so I was having difficulty reconciling that doesn't have to be the way that we, initiate the intention of our day. That's very different. So I really liked that she did that. I liked that advice. But me being me, instead of writing it down, I decided I wanted to video it. And I also decided that I want to share more. It's working through all of these like layers of insecurity and asking questions that are, really like other people have asked this throughout my life, and then I internalized it. Questions like, well, who's gonna watch this? Or what's the purpose of this? Or who does it actually benefit? And it's like, I'm just done with those, like Spirit and I have been in communication about my path, and it includes video journal entries, and we're going to talk about my new project soon, but until then, just this kind of thing, sharing, being really open about my process. I value my process. I am so deeply, consciously, unconsciously committed to ascension, to spiritual praxis, to understanding our dynamic relationship between the flesh body and our spirit body. And that's all I do, that's really all I do. And that it's an important thing that I do. I value my labor. And one of the ways that I can value and share my labor is this. So there's a little information about my morning routine and things like that. I'm going to set an intention with you, and I invite you to take a minute. I'm just going to take a deep breath and have you set an intention wherever you are in your day of just whatever's next. Whatever feels like it wants to be accomplished has such an active word, verb behind it. And sometimes it's not about accomplishing, it's about releasing. But whatever is calling to you that feels good, where your energy wants to go, that's a great way to set it. I invite you to set your intention with me. So I'm going to hold my amethyst, which, by the way, I really recommend sleeping in a sea of crystals. I mean, this, especially if you're working through energetic blockages. I'm working through one in my solar plexus that's very intercarnative, right? Meaning I've been having this blockage for many lifetimes. It's associated with trauma and fear. And it, well, I don't need to get into any of the other details about it right now. But putting a crystal on top of it, and specifically quartz is so powerful. It's such a good healing crystal. As I sleep, last night I could really feel energy moving. Another just like tidbit tip on that is, if you have identified that you have really strong chakras in other parts of your body, use those to help, like send energy from one chakra to another, and imagine it like enveloping it, and helping the ki or the chi or the energy flow. So like my sacral chakra is really powerful, so I invite that energy up to try to move through this. And my heart chakra always we should be involving our heart chakra, right? Is opening and open. So I send my love, my heart energy down to try to work through my solar plexus blockage. Okay, so I have my amethyst here. I'm gonna put it in my clip in my hair because amethyst is really great for opening your crown chakra. And I'm just gonna silently center and ask, as opposed to just forcing out an intention of what I think I should do, because I do have ideas, but I'm just going to quiet my mind and ask out to the universe, to my higher self, to my deeper self, where is the highest vibrational use of my energy today? What intention is the highest vibration of my energy? when your higher self gives you a message or a spirit guide gives you a message, make sure you pause and honor it, and express gratitude for that line of communication being open. There were times, there have been times in my life where I didn't have that channel of communication open, or it was, but it was so cloudy, or it was there, but then I doubted the messages I received. And it's like, well, that just makes every part of the process more challenging. So when we do get a message and we invest in its clarity and we stop doubting it, and we express gratitude, we're opening up that channel of communication even wider. So my channel of communication with my higher self let me know that some material stuff today, like grocery shopping and cleaning, because oh my kitchen, wow, it's a situation. Anyway, so material world stuff, and then working on a particular part of mobilizing my marketing strategy for my new business that I'm going to be talking about very soon, and really focusing on marketing today, marketing and PR. And those are going to be the focus of my energy. So anything else that comes up throughout my day, if it doesn't lead to one of those ends and it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to do it. And of course, my Pisces ass will be open to the flow. If God steps in, it's just like, peekaboo. This new path sounds good. I'll be like, ooh, okay. But everything has to be vibrationally aligned. Okay. So much love, so much love, so much love. I'm sharing from my heart chakra directly to you. Anyone watching this, anyone feeling this, sharing directly. Let's just do some energy work together. Have a beautiful day. So much love.